Treasurer of Bengaluru branch of SIRC of ICI, to escort the session chairperson CA Harshitha Udupa ma'am onto the dais.
We request the three presenters, Shubhanshi Gupta, Vaishnavi R and Lavish R Singhvi onto the dais.
A huge round of applause, please.
We request CA Kavita Parmesh ma'am to present the bouquet to CA Harshitha Udupa ma'am.
Okay, fine. Continue.
Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Now it is time to introduce our session chairperson, CA Harshitha Udupa. CA Harshitha Udupa is a chartered accountant and a company secretary working as Assistant Vice President of Finance and Accounts at Nero, Bengaluru. With over 8 years of experience and a retail background, CA Harshitha Udupa has primarily focused on startups for the last 3 years. Her passion lies in the dynamic environment of startups, relishing the opportunities and growth prospects they offer. It drives her to excel and contribute significantly to the success of companies that she has been a part of. Outside of her professional commitments, CA Harshitha Udupa enjoys various outdoor activities and is also a PADI certified scuba diver. She finds joy in trekking, engaging in outdoor sports, and finding tranquility through gardening.
May we now request CA Harshitha Udupa ma'am, the chairperson for this session, to address the gathering and set the context.
Thank you for that warm welcome. So it's been my pleasure to be back in a SICASA event. So back when I was student, that is when I was participating, and there has been a huge break. So I am very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you, everyone. So to just give a brief, going through the list of sessions that is being conducted, what I felt is this was one of the most interesting session because it has the global topics. So something that is happening around the world, something to kind of take back home with all of you. So to begin with, we have Shubhanshi Gupta, who is here and has a super insightful presentation and would speak about the opportunities and challenges post-qualification for a chartered accountant. So I think this would be very helpful to all of you, as as students, you don't have a good visibility on what lies ahead. It's just practice or profession. So here she would throw light on various other aspects as well. So after that, we have Vaishnavi with us, who would talk on the G20 news that is happening all around the world. She would give very good insights on what it is, what countries are part of it, and much more. So I don't want to talk more about it. She would give a very good presentation on that. And I think last but not the least, the most interesting topic, that is bootstrapping of business startups, would be taken up by Lavish. I think many of you know him, and then he has a very engaging and interactive session planned. So looking forward for all the 3 sessions. All the best, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for those words, ma'am.
We now have with us Shubhanshi Gupta, the first paper presenter of this session. But we have a small twist. In the spirit of Dhwani, we want to listen to the Dhwani of the audience. So we won't be reading out her topic, but the topic will be read out by one audience member. Can we please have volunteers go up to one audience member to give the mic, please? So the topic for the first paper presenter, Shubhanshi Gupta, is...
Can you, can you address us about the challenges and opportunities faced by CA professionals in the CA professional ecosystem?
Thank you. The topic for Shubhanshi Gupta is challenges and opportunities in CA professionals ecosystem.
Now it's time to introduce our first speaker for this technical session, Shubhanshi Gupta. She is a CA finalist pursuing her articleship in BDO, one of the top firms in India. Her journey so far has been a relentless pursuit of progress. She has always been known for holding position in responsibilities, has hosted ICI National Conference, and has participated and won in various competitions during her school life as well as through SICASA. She has also been associated with various NGOs. Her interests include public speaking, networking, drawing, and creative writing. So,
give a huge round of applause for the first paper presenter of the session, Shubhanshi Gupta.
Hello, am I audible? Okay, a very hearty good afternoon to each and everyone present here. A very hearty good afternoon, guys. Yeah. So, they say don't judge a book by its name, but I'm sure we can all undeniably agree to the fact that its existence is important. So, to introduce myself, my name is Shubhanshi Gupta, and today we are going to discuss upon the topic challenges and opportunities in CA professionals ecosystem. So, why exactly this topic? It's despite of all the others that were majorly related to the curriculum. There is a very famous saying by Roger Crawford that being challenged in life is inevitable, but being defeated is optional. If we know some challenges and opportunities beforehand, we will be able to deal with them better in a proactive approach. Moving on, challenges often bring two options with them, that is fight or flight. And there is no path to success where there will be no challenges. So till when will you keep running away? I want you all to make a choice. If you face a challenge, find a solution and be happy about it. Or if you face a challenge, complain about it, leave the task, and have disappointment for the rest of your life. How many of you would like to go with option 1? So we have the majority of audience on the right path. The correct option is obviously the option 1. You should find a particular solution if you face a challenge rather than running away from it. Similar is the case with the opportunities. You can easily miss an opportunity, and every opportunity missed is a step towards success not taken. Recognizing the opportunities at the right time has become very crucial with this dynamic and growing environment. Well, let's come to the specifics. Opportunities in CA professionals ecosystem. We have all joined this course by thinking that there are some golden opportunities in the later part of the career. And well, my friends, you are all very correct. The ever-expanding horizons of a CA profession are unlimited. And we move on to our first opportunity, that is the limitless growth. These are a few lines that have a very deep meaning, and we will undo the meaning of these lines in our further slides. Embrace the notion of limitless growth. For within the vast expanse of potential lies the canvas upon which your aspirations can paint the masterpiece of your journey. The various areas which a CA can explore are generally the practice and job when we ask a student in general. But that's not the case. You can do job, you can do practice. The various CAs are nowadays going into teaching profession. You can face a competitive exam very easily with a higher edge over others. You can do further studies, or you can dive into business. We will discuss this in detail in the further slides. So the job and opportunities, in the traditional system, we think that the job can only be done in auditing or taxation. But that's not the case. There is ever-evolving opportunities in the consultancy sector, in the budget management sector, in analysis sector. And even a tech company nowadays require a finance expert. So no area is out of scope. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the employment of CAs and accountants is projected to grow by 7% in a span of 10 years, which is faster than all the other occupations. And the jobs are not only limited to India, but also they have extended to the global segment. ICI has given significant attention to the global jobs opportunities for chartered accountants of India. Memorandum of understanding and mutual recognition agreements have been entered into with various international accounting bodies so that the CAs in India can tap the growing opportunities in the global segment. Well, the jobs are not only limited to these traditional sectors, but have also emerged in investment banking and equity research. A CA with a wide knowledge on the market base can easily dive into investment banking and equity research and utilize your skills there. Blockchain and cryptocurrency. Well, the market of cryptocurrency in today's world is $1.67 trillion. So, why not explore this market? Why do we not go into the market and make the most out of it, make money out of it, when it is so much ever expanding and we know that there lies a huge potential? You can research on it more and definitely see if this is a profession for you and if this is the course which you will like to take in the after qualifying your exams. Management consultancy. What do management consultants actually do? Well, they advise the top management of firms regarding their problems and at the same time regarding the strategies that they can adopt to take their firms to a higher level. So, doesn't that sound interesting? You can advise the top management of the top firms. Very well, it did interest me in my studies, so you can explore further about it. Mergers and acquisitions. We have all seen a live example, a recent example of Vodafone and Idea, where Vodafone and Idea merged and became a same company. So, in mergers and acquisitions, CA plays a very crucial role in negotiating in terms of having the regulatory compliances and ensuring that the process goes smoothly. It's time to hear some success stories. It's time to play a game. I want you all to guess who is there in the picture. Okay, so yeah, all of you guessed this correct. The first picture is of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. He is called the Warren Buffett of India and has made a net worth of around 20,000 crore by investing in the equity market. Can you guess the next picture? Well, yeah. So it's Piyush Goyal. He is the Union Minister of Commerce and Industry and has held various government roles throughout his entire profession. So the jobs are not only limited to the private sector, but also there are many opportunities in the government sector. Can you guess the next picture? Any volunteers? Can you rise up from your seat and give the answer? Yeah. So the next picture is of Kumar Mangalam Birla. He is the chairman of Aditya Birla Group, which is one of the largest global conglomerates. He does not only is into the business segment, but also is a part of various noble causes and has worked over years towards them. Can you guess the next picture? This is a little tough. Anybody? Yeah, somebody from here guessed it correct. He is Deepak Parekh, the chairman of HDFC, famous for asset management and has a very good name in the mutual funds market. The last one is definitely the difficultest, so any guesses? Very good. So this is Niranjan Hiranandani, one of the Indian billionaire businessman, co-founder and managing director of Hiranandani Group, and he is one of the only CS who have dived into the real estate business. Well, opportunities in business, after discussing so many big billionaire businessmen, I'm sure you all can see the potential of businesses in CA. So you can definitely dive into the business segment if you have a very good idea and if you think you can make a good profit out of it. Opportunities in practice, well, practice obviously gives you the freedom to work according to your choice and has a potential of unlimited earning and growth. Well, the main ingredient for success in practice, according to me, is crafting your own strategy according to your consumer. You should know your client, you should know what they want, and then work accordingly. Teaching as a profession, many CAs are recently taking up teaching as their profession, and we have seen coaching institutes having branches all over the country and making a huge success out of it. The summary is to be limitless, because CA, my friends, is a profession that gives you so many areas to explore and so many opportunities that being limitless is very easy if you want to be. Moving on to the next part of the topic, that is challenges in CA professionals ecosystem. Well, Martin Luther King Jr. has said that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the time of challenge and controversy. The plus point about this presentation is that we are not only going to discuss the challenges, but also the possibilities on how to overcome them. I have divided the challenges into two parts, that is challenges in the course and the challenges in CA profession as a whole. The first challenge, of course, in the course is rigorous curriculum and the intensity of exams. We all know that our exams are difficult and requires intense preparation to pass. And well, the pass rates can sometimes be low. But my question to you all is, doesn't that make us different from others? Isn't that our differentiating factor? If everybody will go through the same process, what will be our differentiating factor? Why will we have a more demand in the market than the others? And we all know that demand and supply are the factors which affect the price in the market. The second challenge that people often face in this journey is finding the perfect articleship opportunity. Well, people from non-CA backgrounds and who have less connections can sometimes find it difficult to have articleship in their dream organization. Well, my solution on how to overcome it is be very proactive at the time of your results and build a strong network. There are various platforms such as LinkedIn that helps you build a very strong network and find a perfect opportunity for yourself. And being proactive is a crucial part, because if you apply within hours of having the result, you will definitely be able to grab at least an interview in your dream firm. The next part is challenges in CA as a profession. Well, the competition, obviously, with the population rising at such high speed and with more and more people getting attracted towards CA, the competition is rising without a doubt. But do we fear from the competition? Tell me one field which does not have any competition at all. Except the monopolies, you will not be able to find any. So, overcome it, I would say that have a point that is your selling point. Like, what is different in you than others? What do you bring on the table? And that will be your differentiating factor, and that will make you different from your competitors. The next challenge is regulatory complexity. Well, obviously, the laws are ever evolving and changing, and there is not a very particular solution on how to overcome it than to update yourself with time. Although you definitely have the authentic sources such as guidance notes and WARE laws for your guidance. The next challenge that was discussed in the earlier sessions also is use of technology and replacement by AI. With the development of AI, there is a thought in the market that human resources can be replaced. But is it really the work we do, is it really mechanical in its element? We apply our professional judgment according to the situations, and then we do the work accordingly. The last challenge is ethical dilemmas. Maintaining ethical standards in the face of complex financial situations can sometimes be difficult, but the ICI has a very clear guidance on this, that maintaining ethical standards is a compulsory job for CAs. To conclude, I would like to say, challenges seems like they are breaking you. However, in truth, they are making you into the most limitless and versatile version of yourself. So don't just work smart, but work smart on right things. Thank you. This is Shubhanshi Gupta signing off.
Thank you, Shubhanshi, for such a wonderful presentation.
Now it is time for our second paper presenter, Vaishnavi R. She will be presenting the topic G20, Impact on India's Ecosystem. An intro to Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi R is a CA finalist currently working in Bengaluru. During her college and school days, Vaishnavi has showcased her versatility by actively participating in intra and inter-college fests. Her passion for communication and networking led her to become an active member of the Public Relations Association at college. With her financial acumen and intensive research, we now request Vaishnavi R to take over the session. Vaishnavi, the stage is yours.
Firstly, can you all hear me? Am I audible? Yeah? Okay, all right. Thank you for that lovely introduction, girls. Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is not the energy I'm expecting after a good lunch. Louder, come on, chalo. Okay. Now, so I will be talking about mute. I require some silence, please. All right, so I will be talking about G20. Come on, guys, stop hissing. This is not some zoo. All right, so I will be talking about G20 impact on India's startup system. Firstly, when I saw posters around the city about G20, I was wondering, wait, is this some sort of a new game? Because it sounds so similar to T20, right? So how many cricket fans in the house? Quick show of hands. Okay. And how many of you all watched the World Cup? All right. So the next 10 minutes, if you listen to me, it's not going to be as fun as the T20 game, but it's definitely not going to be as disappointing as you all sitting through and watching the World Cup. So what is G20? Firstly, let's understand how many members are there in T20? 11? 11, right? You all watch cricket. Okay, so in G20, there are 20 countries. Now, what do these 20 countries do? Just like your T20 famous players like Virat Kohli, Shikhar Dhawan, MS Dhoni, right? What do they have in common? Now, don't tell me they're all hot, good looking. That they are, but they're also wealthy, right? So these 20 countries, they constitute to 80% of the world trade and 75% to the GDP. They also constitute 66% of the world population. Now, how does G20 work? What is the structure of G20? So in your T20, how many people are responsible to take runs? Just imagine if all the 11 people hold bats and run around to take runs. It's going to be chaotic. Similarly, in G20, the structure is Troika. There are 3 countries that are responsible for fulfilling the agenda of G20. The first country being the country that held the presidency in the past, which is Indonesia. The second country being the country that holds the presidency currently, which is India. And the third country is the country that will hold the presidency in the future, which is Brazil. Now, as I said, these countries are responsible for fulfilling the agenda of G20. Now that I've spoken so much about G20, why do you think it's so relevant for India? You all don't know why it's important? Give me a no if you don't know. Because I'm the only one who's asking you to say no. Otherwise, everybody, including your girlfriend, will only compromise you to say yes. So say no, loud no. Yeah, good. I'll tell you, main hoon na, don't worry. So India, it's so important for India because India holds the presidency from 1st November 2022 to 30th November 2023. Now this is an excellent opportunity for India to establish leadership and power worldwide. Also, since India has not been able to get Kohinoor back, and we've been doing exceptionally well even post the colonial loot, look how far India has come. We've grown in all our glory. So let's talk about the theme of G20. G20 has this theme, one earth, one family and one future. India brought about this theme to bring about certain agendas, like just in your strategic management, you would have studied, you have vision, then you have mission, and then you have goals to accomplish those mission, right? Similarly, India brought about this theme because it had 2 agendas. The first being inclusivity. So why inclusivity? Firstly, what is inclusivity? Inclusivity is equal access and equal resources. So why do we need inclusivity? 90% of the startup funding for India comes from outside of India, which makes it super important for us to have an inclusive environment. The second agenda being stability. Again, why do we need stability? We need stability because $350 billion is being invested in the startup ecosystem, which makes it super important to have certain policies that stabilize our environment. Also, a little about economics. You all know how if something happens in a country, it's not only restricted to that country, right? It has a ripple effect across the nations. For example, a pandemic, an epidemic, or a scam of a big magnitude. All of this has an impact not only in the country that it happens, but also outside of that country. This is why we need policies to stabilize. Also, let's talk about the initiatives that India has brought about. The first one being the Startup 20 initiative. So what is the Startup 20 initiative? Startup 20 is a platform for startups. Now that I've said platform, let me give you an example. Instagram. Okay, how has Instagram changed certain things? Firstly, the advertising market has been revolutionized by Instagram, right? Earlier, how was advertisement? Advertisement agency would reach out to one celebrity or model and that's it. But now you have influencers who create relatable content and they've created certain credibility. So these advertising agencies, they reach out to them. Can you all think about any other platforms or apps? LinkedIn, yeah. None of you all thought about Tinder and Bumble? All right, moving ahead. So what does this Startup 20 do? It helps people network. It helps founders, investors, and as well as government officials network. It also helps startups to solve certain basic problems that they face. Problems like funding, even with their survival, also helps them collaborate with other industry leaders and also helps them have certain research and development partnerships. Moving on, we have a few key discussions. One was safe, secure and accountable digital infrastructure. Now, what is the emphasis on digital infrastructure? See, everything happens digitally now, from making payments to ordering food to buying clothes, even finding a girlfriend. Everything is online. So this makes the space super vulnerable to cyber threat. Cyber threats like fraud, phishing and even data theft. To give you all an example, how many of you all watched Jamtara web series on Netflix? Show of hands. Okay, very few. I'll tell you what it is. It's basically based on real life events where these people, they scam people, they call them, ask them for bank details somehow, break into their account and siphon all the funds. So the next time if somebody calls you and asks you for OTP, don't give it to them. Your bank account will be empty. Oh, sorry, CA students, no, your bank account is always empty, not applicable for you all. So, yeah, moving on. This I consider as a power move. India invited the African Union. African Union being the largest union, it is a resource-rich nation. It's also an excellent opportunity for India to establish and be global in that country. Also, I'll give you a little backstory. About why this was a power move. India always wanted to bag a membership or a permanent candidacy, call it, in the United Nations Security Council. Now that we've invited the African Union, we will bag the support of these 50+ countries for our permanent candidacy. Moving on. Discussions on fair and sustainable tax system. Now, let's understand why this agenda was even discussed in the first place. A lot of these startups or companies, what they do is they try to not pay tax, they try to avoid tax. And one such country, or notoriously known as Switzerland. Switzerland provides certain investment mechanisms or vehicles wherein you can make some investments and very easily avoid paying tax in your home country. So what India tried to do is, India is trying to identify those leakages, block the leakages and then inject back the funds into the economy. Just imagine what would happen if this kind of amount would be put into the economy. Our economy has the potential to grow by leaps and bounds. So coming to our final discussion, millet, the global crop. Now let's talk about this. Like I said earlier, G20, it's a meeting and all of that. Who do you think is going to attend these meetings? It's not the population, right? It's not everybody from the country is going to come sit and attend. It's these international delegates who will attend the meeting. So what India did was a super smart move. India curated an entire menu which was locally grown, locally sourced and locally made of our superfood millet. Now why was this even brought about? Because just understand, if things like avocado and a lab grown vegetable like broccoli can go global, then millet can definitely go global. Now what are the opportunities here? India will have export opportunities as well as a lot. Since this is an untapped market, India will have a lot of startups come up in this space. Now winding up, I would like to conclude that startups are the backbone of new India. And if only India continues to invest and if it helps them to grow and establish globally, our country can go from being a developing country to a developed country. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for such insights on an interesting topic.
Now we have the final paper presenter of both the session and the conference, Lavish R. Singhvi, to present the topic, Bootstrapping Success, a case study of self-funded startups. Allow me to introduce Lavish R. Singhvi. He is currently a CA intermediate student actively pursuing his articleship. His commitment to both personal and professional growth is evident in his past roles as committee members at SICASA Bengaluru, where he served as treasurer and PRO at SSF. He also played an integral role in the success of CA Student National Conference Bengaluru 2022 Kshitija. With public speaking skills that guarantees only fun and no boring moments, Here's presenting to you Lavish R. Singhvi.
Am I audible? Swati, did you see my lip balm? What?
Too late to ask, don't you think? Please, presentation start madu.
Okay, presentation start ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. How many of you know the answer? Just raise your hand. Do you know which is the best business in this world? Let me answer. The best business in this world is mind your own business. How many of you love drinking tea over here? Raise your hands. How many of you love drinking coffee over here? Raise your hands. Now, how many of you take a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, mix together and drink it? Raise your hands. See, when you mix together and drink it, the taste will be so beautiful, so elegant, and it's tasting like a wow. Can you all repeat with me? 3, 2, 1, start. So beautiful, so elegant, and just tasting like a wow. So, what do you mean by business? In my 12th standard, I wrote, my business is my business, which is none of your business. But now, I sell this watch to you, that is business. The way I sell this watch to you so that you purchase this watch is known as strategy. In simple words, you understood the meaning of business strategy. Right? Next. Our topic for today is chai. So we'll be discussing the business strategies about the chai. In the year 2016, Mr. Anubhav Dubey started tea business. I repeat, in the year 2016, Mr. Anubhav Dubey started tea business. But in the year 2022, the company reached the turnover of 150 crores. How it is possible? First of all, how many of you know the meaning of bootstrap? Can anyone answer? Ivaka Yatala. So, let me answer. Bootstrap means when you start your business from your own funds, right? Without taking any loan from any other people. But let me explain you this with an example. I have these shoes in my hand, right? I will remove the lace. Now if I wear these shoes, do you think will I be able to walk properly? What is? Do you think will I be able to run properly? Do you think will I be able to dance properly without lace? No. So what I'll do, I will take the lace, I will tie all the lace of the shoes. Then in my shoes the lace will be there. Now do you think will I be able to run properly, dance properly, walk properly with lace? So let me explain you this in the business point of view. Assume this shoe is the business, leg is the market, the thread is you. Assume shoe is the business, leg is the market, the thread is you. Before the shoe goes into the leg, that is the business goes into the market, I will tie all the layers of business. The layers of business are planning, organizing, directing, controlling, staffing. Then if I put my shoes into my leg, will I be able to walk properly? Yes. Then if I put my business into the market, will I be able to walk properly? Yes. And this is the best possible way in which I can explain the meaning of bootstrap. Understood, everyone? Yes. Next. So what we will do in today's session is that we will decode all the business strategies of Chai Sutta Bar. Chai Sutta Bar is the business started by Anubhav Dubey in the year 2016. What are the business lessons which we learn is that how did the company reach the turnover of 150 crores and it has more than 450 outlets across India, how it is possible and what are the business strategies. How many of you are inter students over here? Raise your hands. Final year students. So how many of you like audit? So today let's play audit, okay? There will be true and false questions in the PPT. You guys have to answer whether it is true or whether it is false. And based upon your answer, I'll give my reasonable assurance why it is true or why it is false. Understood? First question. Is tea served when you sit in exam hall? Only long question papers, frustration is served in exam hall. If you don't study well, right? Next question. Is chai a low cost and a daily consuming product? Do you agree? See, when I wake up in the morning, I need tea. Evening when I feel tired, I need tea. When I go to the office, when the tea person doesn't come on time, I call him, sir, ellidira, ina bandila. When you feel headache, you need tea. So what is the business lesson you learn is that sell those products or supply those services which are used by the customers in day-to-day life. Can anyone answer this question? What is 1,40,000 divided by half plus 20,000? How many of you believe the answer is 90,000? 90,000 is the wrong answer. The correct answer is 3 lakh. So what is this 3 lakh rupees? 3 lakh is the initial capital which was started by Chai Sutta Bar. And when it comes to capital, always use your own funds, never take the loan from any other people, from your friends or from your families. If you give some amount to your friend, within how much days he will return? He will not return, right? Will not return or you won't give. So let me explain this in the business point of view. Example, you started up your business. There will be customers who will be asking for a credit period, right? Like I will repay you the amount within 30 days. The best example is your friend. He will tell you, ivat 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡು ನಾಳೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. And you can't even ask him like, ನಾನು 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ಮತ್ತೆ. You can ask him. No, right? Here comes the business strategy that when you start up your business in the initial 2 years, never give a credit period to any of the customers in the initial 2 years, unless you feel that the customer is comfortable or a genuine customer. Have you ever tried chai drinking in cooler? If you don't know what is cooler, this is the photo of cooler. So imagine there are 2 businessmen. One businessman is selling chai in a normal cup of tea. Another businessman is selling a chai in a cooler. And the price are same. The people will definitely come to drink chai in cooler, right? And what is the importance of cooler? That even the employment ratio keeps on increases. To manufacture this cooler, you need employees, you need raw materials. So you will also earn, your business will also earn, even the other people will also learn. And this is the main business strategy that even we will learn, even we will let the other people also earn. Have you ever tried chai with biscuits, fries, bread, noodles, bun, pasta, pakoda? See, I'm single over here, okay? And I'm happy in my life. But if I get girlfriend, I'll be more happy in my life. The same way, chai is also single. But with chai, if you get pakoda, bread, toast, it'll be more happy, right? It'll be more suitable. So here comes the another business strategy that in the initial stages, Chai Sutta Bar started business of only chai. But when they came to know that their business was booming, that they added more products such as pizza, burger, or fries. So people used to come to drink chai, their mind used to get diverted, and then they used to purchase more products such as pizza, burger, or pasta, or such. What comes after gross profit? Answer. So let me explain you this. Assume gross profit is like my girlfriend, okay? Net profit is like my wife. If I have my girlfriend, then only I can make her my wife. The same way, if I have gross profit, then only I can make her the net profit, right? You guys might be thinking that without even a girlfriend, you can make wife, right? But I don't believe in arranged marriages. So let me explain the concept of gross profit in a deeper manner. Assume you purchase a product for 20, sell it for 100, and your GP rate is 80, and your fixed expenses are 30. Then what is your NP? It is 50, right? So if you're buying and you're selling increases, then automatically your net profit will rise. So this is another business strategy that focus more upon the GP ratio, then your NP ratio will automatically increase. Which is your favorite team in IPL? Let me explain the first. Even India also you can chant. So well, let me explain you the meaning of franchising. Example, I am the owner of Chai Sutta Bar. I have a good name in the market. You all are the businessmen. You have 16 lakh, you have some amount in your pockets, okay? You want to start a business. But since it's the monopoly market, you guys know that if you start the business, the market will not run very properly. Because I am your competitor. So what you will do is that you will come to me, you will tell me that I will use your business name in my market, your interiors in my market, and I will start the business. So you will start the business in my name. But what is my profit in that? Every month I will charge a percentage of profit such as royalty from your sales. Example, you all sold the goods of 100 rupees. 4%, that is 4 rupees oil charge from each customer. And like that, Chai Sutta Bar has more than 450 plus outlets across India. And this is the cost of franchisee of Chai Sutta Bar, 16 lakhs, and franchisee cost is 6, and setting up cost is 10 lakhs. What is your goal in life as a CA student? Qualifying CA? Even Chai Sutta Bar had a vision, a mission, and a goal that we Indians also usually import the other products, right? So Chai Sutta Bar had a goal and a vision that why not we Indians export our franchisee to other countries? Why always we import our products? Let the export business increases, right? So Chai Sutta Bar decided to export the franchisee, and today Chai Sutta Bar has the outlets in Dubai and in Nepal. Do you believe that most of the people lost their jobs during COVID? In Chai Sutta Bar also it was the same case. In the year 2016, Chai Sutta Bar had started, but in the year 2020, the lockdown was there. How did they deal with this risk factor? When they came to know that the people were losing jobs, they didn't screw any of their employees. They gave their regular salary of 6 months even if they didn't work. And this is how Chai Sutta Bar retained their employees back into their business. Do you agree with me that nothing is possible without risk? How many of you article students over here? See, for you all the risk factor was to take permission from your office and attend this conference. Somehow we broke that risk, right? Even Chai Sutta Bar had the major risk that the rental price was keep on increasing. So what they did was that they opened their shops in the smaller areas such as smaller towns. Then they established their shops and business in the bigger towns and near the college areas. And this is how Chai Sutta Bar broke the factors of risk. Facts about tea. 1.2 billion kilograms of chai is consumed in a yearly basis in India. Understood? Tea gives relief when you are tense. Understood? Market size of tea is 10,000 crore. Understood? Assam is the largest tea producing in India. Understood? This is how my business study teachers taught me in 12th standard. Next. So what are the business lessons which you learn from this case study is that sell those products or supply those services which are used by the customers in day-to-day life. Develop an Indian brand and Indian product so that Indian name come first. The art of franchise is that even you'll also earn, you let even others also earn. Support your employees because they are the ones because whom your business is booming today. Think different. A person selling chai in normal cup of tea, a person selling chai in cooler, and expand your business. So let me end up with a quote that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But if the doctor is beautiful, keep the apple away. In the same way, planning and organizing your business daily keeps the risk factor away. I repeat, planning and organizing your business daily keeps the risk factor away. If you know how to control your risk factor, your business will definitely boom one day. And this is Mr. Lavis signing off today. Thank you.
Thank you, Lavish, for that great presentation.
May we now request CA Harshitha Udupa, the chairperson of the session, to conclude the session with her closing remarks.
A huge round of applause again.
Thank you, guys. I think it was a great session, right? So all of you, especially after the last one, wide awake without a tea today. So I think it was very insightful. So to kind of summarize what the three of them told, first, Subhanshi mentioned that CA is a tough course. Since all of you are CA students, it reminds me of one quote, not like the Apple one that he told last, but something like, it goes like this. So working hard for something you don't care about is stress. But working hard for something that you care about is called passion. So there is a very thin line between, where you're stressed and where you have to convert it to something that you're passionate about so that you work more hard for it. I think that is one thing that you guys would have to keep in your mind when you are studying, preparing for your exams, because with a changing course, it only, it is equally challenging. It doesn't get any easier, right? So the qualified CAs here would agree with me of, that period where we have also struggled very, very hard to, qualify. I don't think it's a cakewalk for anyone. So, and like Subhanshi told, once you qualify, the opportunities are limitless. So unlike any other course, because you have the financial knowledge and the relating, like audit, IT, etc. knowledge, you have limitless opportunities here. So the growth that you can get without a time frame is huge for CAs especially. So with that, I think with the G20 talk, what you heard, you would know what opportunities are growing in our country. So with the African Union coming in, with India getting a better place in the UN, the opportunities would become more. And to kind of summarize, you guys are from Bangalore, which is again a tier 1 city, which has like startups in every road. So that should give you enough inspiration and motivation to work hard, because again here you have enough opportunities. So people coming from a tier 2 or tier 3 city would appreciate this fact more. Right, guys? Okay, so this should be a very good motivating factor that you are in a place which has very good opportunities for you to grow and scale up. And towards the end, like Lavish told, with the knowledge that you can get, for example, how a startup can grow without funds. So we don't have any limiting factor. So you can do anything without having a, loaded background or, any other prerequisite. You are in a place from where you can take off, and with the knowledge of the course and the opportunities around you, I think you guys should do great in the next 5 years. So for people who are in their foundation, inter and final, wishing you all the best, and I hope you guys can take away a lot from these seminars, because these guys have put in a lot of efforts for their PPT. They have shared it with me, we have discussed, and they have even practiced, sent videos. So good job, guys. I think, you have done a very good job today with the presentation. So congratulations again, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. We now request Kavita Parmesh ma'am to present the mementos to our session chairman, Harshitha Udupa ma'am, and the paper presenters. Give a round of applause, please. Thank you, ma'am.
A big round of applause for the paper presenters. Lavish R. Singhvi. Shubhanshi Gupta. And Vaishnavi R. Thank you, ma'am. We now request Rakshit Ammati to deliver the vote of thanks, thereby winding up the session.
I, Rakshit, would like to extend my heartful gratitude to our session chairperson, CA Harshitha Udupa, and all our paper presenters, namely Shubhanshi Gupta, Vaishnavi R, and last but not the least, Lavish R. Singhvi, and our audience cooperations. Heartful thanks to each one of you present here.
With this, we come to the end of all the technical